Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more details videos. Coco Gauff said to be in very surprising spot right now after looking confused on court in Canada. Coco Gauff has struggled to find form since lifting the French Open title in June. The world number 2 was on top of the tennis world in June after defeating Aryna Sabalenka to win her first French Open title. However, Gauff has experienced a significant dip in form since that victory. The American star crashed out in the first round of Wimbledon, losing to Ukraine's Diana Yastremska. This was followed up by a shock exit in the Canadian Open fourth round at the hands of 18-year-old Canadian star Victoria Mboko. Gauff had struggled for consistency during the tournament, hitting 23 double faults in an earlier round against Danielle Collins. Her inconsistency was exposed by Mboko, who defeated the American in 62 minutes. Those on the tennis podcast have weighed in on Gauff's form, explaining why she looks very confused at this current time. David Law says Coco Gauff looked confused on court. Gauff's form is a concern heading into the U.S. Open. Her current level of play is a far cry from what is required to win a major title. The American's loss was not a huge surprise considering her woeful performance against compatriot Danielle Collins. Gauff's 23 double faults made up part of the 74 unforced errors she committed during the match. Gauff also served 14 double faults against Veronika Kudermetova in the next round. In the round of 16, when she matched up against an informed opponent like Mboko, she was punished. The Canadian romped to victory, winning 6-1, 6-4 in 62 minutes. Tennis journalist Catherine Whitaker, speaking on the tennis podcast, noted the severe issue Gauff is struggling with her serve. Whitaker said, "This is the only match all year where Coco Gauff hasn't broken serve. And frankly, right now, if she's not breaking serve, she doesn't stand a chance of winning a tennis match because of the state her own serve is in, which is David, a very, very bad one." BBC tennis commentator David Law replied, "Yeah, I can't think of too many matches that I've ever seen where somebody's hit 23 double faults against Danielle Collins in a 3-set match and won it. And it's a great credit to her that she finds ways. I was struck by just how lost she looked, confused. She looked about why it's going wrong. I just detected somebody who is very confused right now, and that must be a horrible feeling when you're as experienced as Coco Gauff is, that you've won 2 Grand Slams, one of them quite recently. You've come off the back of that. Where has the game gone? How have you gone from Grand Slam champion to this in the space of 3 months and barely won matches? It's very surprising." Matt Roberts, a tennis journalist, added, "I think what we've learned about Coco Gauff in the last year or so is that she's probably never as high as you think she is, because the technical flaws are always lurking, and they can come in seemingly out of nowhere. But then, she's never as low as you think she is either, because she's Coco Gauff, and she's so resilient. She's so incredibly mentally strong and talented generally, that she can flip that form on its head, and suddenly she can go and win a Grand Slam title. But what I would say is that she did find form before those slams, both times, like 2 years ago, Washington and Cincinnati. She won, and then she won the U.S. Open as well. And obviously this year, she had the finals in Madrid and Rome, didn't she? So she went into those slams off the back of some pretty recent, really big struggles with her game, but also just finding form in the nick of time. And I feel like for her to win the U.S. Open, it does feel like Cincinnati is pretty big for her." Coco Gauff's crucial Cincinnati Open. If Coco Gauff is to find form ahead of the U.S. Open, it has to be at the Cincinnati Open. The American has history on her side. The Cincinnati Open marked Gauff's capturing of a first WTA 1000 title. At the 2023 Cincinnati Open, Gauff defeated the likes of Jasmine Paolini and Iga Swiatek on her way to the final, before beating Karolina Muchova in straight sets to lift the title. As with any Grand Slam tournament, form is key. If Gauff cannot correct her wayward form at the Cincinnati Open, it is likely that she will struggle at Flushing Meadows. This point is proven by Gauff's own achievements. She went on to lift her maiden Grand Slam title at the 2023 U.S. Open after winning the Cincinnati Open title. Confusion in the arena. She steps onto the court in Montreal, top seed, specter of destiny. In her mind play echoes. the French Open trophy, her triumphs in Rome and Madrid. But reality has other plans. Scene 1, against Danielle Collins. The match begins with promise. She takes a 7-5 first set, adrenaline coursing. But then it unravels, errors cascade. 23 double faults. 74 unforced errors. Each misserved ball echoes louder than the cheering crowd. And through it all, she scrambles, fights, survives. Through sheer grit, she squeezes out a 7-5, 4-6, 7-6, 2 win. Yet reporters and fans speak not of triumph, but confusion. David Law's words repeat in her mind. She looked very confused right now. PFSN. +2. PFSN. +2. PFSN. +15. Tennis head. +15. PFSN. +15. Scene 2. Against Veronika Kudermetova. Next match, more double faults. 14. She barely escapes again, scraping through. But that confusion persists. A mismatch between what she practices and what she delivers. Even as she advances, whispers of a disintegrating second serve swirl around her. Tennis head. PFSN. Sportskita. Scene 3. Expectations rising, serve slipping. Analysts and coaches weigh in. Former coach Rennie Stubbs offers public advice. Think getting under the ball more, accelerate upward, not downward, to correct the second serve clock face from noon to 7 p.m. The Tennis Gazette. +2. Sportskita. +2. Rick Matchy declares it fixable in less than a week, with the right mechanical tweaks, reaffirming Gauff's elite mental strength and resilience. Reddit. +12. PFSN. +12. Essentially Sports. +12. Scene 4. The upset by Mboko. Then comes the collapse. Victoria Mboko, Canadian wildcard, plays no-fear tennis in her hometown. She pummels Gauff 6-1, 6-4 in just 62 minutes, converting 4 of 5 break chances, while Gauff fails to break. 6 double faults finish her off. PFSN. +8. Reuters. +8. TalkSport. +8. Post-match commentary is blunt. It's very surprising for a reigning French Open champion to be lost in such fashion. Her form sloppy, serve unraveling, confidence shaken. Tennis head. Inner monologue, creative voice. Coco, alone in the dressing room, sat with racket in hand. Why doesn't it feel like my practice? I'm hitting on time, I'm sharp in drills. Yet when the match begins, everything loosens. The serve, the toss is off, the rhythm broken. I feel trapped in my own head. The room lights feel harsh. In the stands, spectators look puzzled. Her body language, someone not understanding her own game. She keeps replaying images of double faults. The sound of her backhand leaving the court at die-on-serve moments. They think it's just one match. But I see the tape. 23 faults. 14 faults. It's a road paved with free points. How can mental strength survive mechanical chaos? She breathes, replaying Rennie's words. Think upward, accelerate upward. Shift the clock. Rick's belief, fixable in hours. But confidence doesn't realign overnight. I love that he believes it's just a tweak away. But there have been months of rust building under the surface. I skip Washington to reset, but maybe I lost momentum instead. Her face hardens, a reflection of resolve. Cincinnati. That's next. If I can lock the serve mechanics, if I can capture rhythm again, then maybe, just maybe, I make them remember true Coco. Not this confused version. Analysis and reflection. 1. The very surprising spot. Commentators described her as being in a very surprising position, not just losing, but appearing genuinely puzzled by her on-court struggles despite recent Grand Slam success. Tennis head. 2. The serve woes. Her serve was disastrous. 23 double faults versus Collins, the most in a WTA match all year, followed by 14 more against Kudermetova, and 6 in the loss to Mboko, totaling 43 double faults in 3 matches. Sportskita. +8. Tennis head. +8. The Tennis Gazette. +8. 3. Expert opinions. David Law noted she looked lost, confused. Catherine Whitaker warned that without breaking serve, Gauff doesn't stand a chance, given her serve's poor state. Rennie Stubbs gave technical serve tweak advice. Rick Matchy stressed the return of her serve is fixable in less than a week and praised her mental resilience. Tennis Head, the Tennis Gazette, +1. For the larger arc, her recent season, French Open champion in 2025, followed by struggles at Wimbledon and Berlin, opting out of Washington to train, only to arrive in Montreal out of sync. After the upset by Mboko, she regrets the timing of her break, hinting match rhythm may have been more valuable than rest. Essentially sports. Sportskeeda. Sportskeeda. Conclusion: a moment suspended between confidence and confusion. Coco Gauff's journey through Montreal reads like a gripping chapter. A Grand Slam winner suddenly adrift, her serve betraying her composure intact, yet compressed by mechanical uncertainty. Watching her from the outside, you don't just see errors. You sense the mismatch between talent and timing. But this isn't the end, it's a pivot. Experts insist the foundation is sound. Fix one stitch under serve, and the rest unravels into brilliance. If Cincinnati becomes the turning point, like Washington and Cincinnati before her about Madrid and Rome, then this chapter may yet close with redemption rather than regret. If you'd like another version, perhaps from Mboko's perspective, or incorporating more post-match quotes, just say the word.